បាទសូមគ្រប់ជំរាបសួរទៅដល់ប្រិយមិត្តក៏ដូចជាជនរួមជាតិក្នុងនិងក្រៅប្រទេសសូមគោរពលោកយាយលោកតាពុកម៉ែពូមីងបងប្អូននៅសហគមន៍ខ្មែរទីក្រុង Long Beach រដ្ឋ California បាទវេទិកាផ្សព្វផ្សាយសហគមន៍បានវិលត្រឡប់មកវិញនៅកម្មវិធី Reading Club បាទយើងថ្ងៃនេះយើងអានសៀវភៅ Khmer Rise បាទអញ្ចឹងមកដល់ថ្ងៃនេះសៀវភៅ Khmer Rise យើងអានមកដល់ជំពូកទី24បាទហើយសរុបជាលើកវិញយើងអានបាន23លើកទាំងថ្ងៃនេះបាទអញ្ចឹងគៀកទៅរកទីបញ្ចប់នៃអានសៀវភៅ Khmer Rise ហើយដែលមាន subtitle ហៅថា How I Escaped Genocide បាទអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់ថ្ងៃនេះយើងបានជួបជុំគ្នារវាងក្រុមអ្នកអានរបស់យើងដោយសារសៀវភៅនេះមានតែជាភាសាខ្មែរអញ្ចឹងយើងនឹងអានដោយសារសៀវភៅនេះយើងមានភាសាអង់គ្លេសភាសាខ្មែរដែលលោកពូ Patrick កំពុងតែខិតខំខ្នះខ្នែងដើម្បីធ្វើវាឲ្យចេញនៅពេលខាងមុខហ្នឹងហើយឥឡូវយើងបែងចែកទៅក្រុមអានភាសាអង់គ្លេសបាទហើយនៅក្នុងនោះក្រុមអ្នកអានរបស់យើងដែលបានចូលរួមថ្ងៃនេះទី1 Kerry Chhay ជំរាបសួរ Kerry Chhay
ជម្រាបសួរអ្នកនរបាទ
ហើយទី2 Gloria បាទជំរាបសួរ Gloria
ជំរាបសួរ
បាទហើយទី3លោកគ្រូ Viith បាទជំរាបសួរលោកគ្រូ Viith
ជំរាបសួរលោកគ្រូ
បាទហើយអ្នកក្រុមអ្នកអានយើងចុងក្រោយគឺលោកគ្រូ Derrick ហៅឡូជំរាបសួរលោកគ្រូ Derrick បាទគាត់unmute គាត់អត់បានឮបាទហើយកម្មវិធីរបស់យើងតែងតែមានលោកពូ Patrick ដែលជាអ្នកនិពន្ធផ្ទាល់លោកតែងតែអញ្ជើញចូលរួមដើម្បីចាំធ្វើការបកស្រាយក៏ដូចជាឆ្លើយនៅសំណួរចម្ងល់ផ្សេងៗពីក្រុមអ្នកអានរបស់យើងក៏ដូចជាបើសិនប្រិយមិត្តរបស់យើងមានចំណាប់អារម្មណ៍ចង់ចោទជាសំណួរឬក៏ចង់ឲ្យលោកបកស្រាយនៅចំណុចណាមួយហ្នឹងលោកស្វាគមន៍បាទគ្រាន់តែផ្ញើសារដាក់នៅក្នុងទំព័ររបស់យើងមកយើងនឹងលើកឡើងដើម្បីជូនលោកបាទអញ្ចឹងជម្រាបសួរលោកពូ Patrick បាទ
Aloha everybody
បាទអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់ជំពូកទី24នេះយើងមានក្រុមអ្នកអាន5នាក់4នាក់បាទ5នាក់ទាំងខ្ញុំអញ្ចឹងចាប់ផ្ដើមឡើងដោយ Gloria បាទសូមអញ្ជើញ Gloria បាទ
Chapter 24, Changing Thinking, Changing Life. From Cambodian rice fields, my living relatives couldn't believe their eyes when they saw me again after 20 years of separation. When I disappeared from Cambodia, most assumed that I was killed, until one day when I showed up in Cambodia to share my full story of courage and hope. The more you choose courage, the more likely you'll succeed. After years of hardships and drama, a 1,000-mile journey is made through the courage of changing my thinking, resulting in living a completely fulfilled life. My dream achieved of living the best life possible. It has been 3 decades of arcing out a living abroad. My work involves a little equity investment, a little management, consulting, and a whole lot of financial reporting and management. Some of my best years involved serving within the Department of the Navy, United States government. As a provider of subject matter expertise on in-depth price and cost analysis for reaching price recommendations on contractors' proposed costs, major direct and indirect cost elements, it felt good to serve as the go-to person for 32 contracting officers, both civil servants and Navy officers. During one of my lessons on the topic of contract costs and price evaluation, a contracting specialist supervisor said hello to me in Thai, Swadikap. In Thai words, he learned during his U.S. Air Force duty. He was assigned to load bombs into Air Force bombers at Thailand's airfield when he was 19 years of age. Our conversation revealed that most of the bombs he handled were bound for Cambodia during the United States Secret War. The U.S. bombings contributed to thousands of Cambodian deaths. In the process, they further gave rise to the Khmer Rouge insurgency that drove Cambodia into the state of despair that remains today. 4 decades later, we met by chance and talked about the destruction in a restroom of a naval facility at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. What are the odds of that happening, you ask? One was the bomber's bomb loader. The other was a victim of the bomb's drop. Living thousands of miles apart, we met by chance to recall past tragedies where my father, sister were killed. He sincerely regrets that his work contributed to such major suffering to millions of people a sea apart. We shook hands and prayed for forgiveness. There I learned how to change my thoughts, letting go of past bad experiences. I learned to acknowledge and do what I needed to do to overcome them. I learned to stay away from harboring hatred. Hatred can corrode your soul. This thinking changed my life strongly in my favor, freeing my heart making it available for accepting new positive experiences ahead. It feels amazing to do this. Also, it feels equally great to have the opportunity to turn pain into purpose, helping others in need. This thinking also seriously helps me live a completely fulfilling life. Part of the fulfillment in my life is returning to Cambodia, delivering food and medicine to the hungry, just as I was once hungry as a boy. In my quest to live to my fullest potential, a game-changing event began in Kailua, Hawaii, where my daughter Monica was born. In my eyes, she was someone special from the moment of birth. It brings me so much joy to see her living to her best potential as well. She goes to Cambodia with us, helping the less fortunate with food, clean water, and medicine. Born with a full head of hair, it seems that she had a head start. In the hospital's nursery, she cried nonstop. The nurses had no idea what to do with her. She only stopped crying when she was in the arms of my wife, Kim Renee. At 6 months of age, she developed an attitude, not looking at us when we picked her up from our babysitter. Her way of letting us know that she didn't want to go back. So we changed our thinking to what was best for Monica, not for the convenience of our own lives. We made a courageous decision to have Renee stay at home to care for Monica. Being a one-income family was very difficult financially, but it seemed to work out well for us emotionally. At 13, Monica could talk and walk at the same time. At 2 years of age, she could read. At 8 years old, she hit a golf ball into the air on her first try with a golf club that belonged in my golf bag. Since then, the game of golf has become her passion, her ticket to higher education of her choice. At 11 years old, she was among the top pupils on the National Achievement Standard Test that led to her decision to go to a top university of her choice. But out-of-state tuition was considered out of reach for us financially. The only way we could send her to an out-of-state college of her choice would be through athletic scholarships. So we started to work when Monica was less than 10 years old. The thought process was to start as early as possible to smooth out the odds against us. Her top athletic abilities were volleyball, tennis, and golf. She selected golf. Every afternoon and on the weekends, the father-daughter team was seen chasing golf balls until sundown at municipal golf courses every day. I didn't know much about golf, but Monica and I learned as we went. The thought process is to believe in what we do, working nonstop toward developing self-confidence and skill, the ability to accomplish tasks no matter the difficulty and the adversity. Through hard work and self-determination, at the age of 13, Monica made it to a golf team at Phoun School, Honolulu, Hawaii, where famous people are educated and produced. Just to name a few, Barack Obama, the President of the United States, and Michelle Wee of the Ladies Professional Golf Association. 4 years difference in age, they shared golf facilities on Oahu, Hawaii. Tuition and fees for private schools, such as Phoun, was the budget breaker for a family of once refugees from Cambodia. But we thought we could do it, and we did. Through yearly golf tournaments, Monica became the first junior golfer to have won ILH JV tournaments 3 times in 3 consecutive years, a record that's yet to be broken until today. She also played alongside a varsity team to win 3 state championships.
Thank you Gloria នៅក្នុងនេះមានរូបភាពអញ្ចឹងប្រហែលជាខ្ញុំបង្ហាញរូបភាពហើយខ្ញុំនឹងអាន caption នៅក្នុងរូបភាពហ្នឹងបាទអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់រូបភាពទី1ហ្នឹងគឺ Miss Gao Cove lesson daily after school to gain division 1 woman golf scholarship from university of her choice by Pet Cow បាទហើយរូបទី2ហ្នឹងគឺ second round at the Optimus International Junior Golf Tournament Florida followed by Pet Cow 2010 បាទហើយមកដល់ចំពោះនេះខ្ញុំសូមអានបន្តបាទ There is not a big deal that said Monica. She became among the top junior players in the state of Hawaii Junior Golf Association. At 16, she qualified with average score of 73, par 72 to play at Optimus, a World Junior Tournament in Florida, USA. We had no idea where Florida was, but we believe that in life, a chance like this, it is what matters. So we went. It was there that colleagues and university coach noticed her ability and skill in the game of golf. It seemed that nothing could stop her from receiving a scholarship. She knew what she wanted. She believed in her ability that she could do this. I can play this game, she said, and she worked hard for it. When you do that, life gives you what you believe in every time. It's worked for us. Once a refugee family, imagine how well it could work for you. At the 17, she was selected to receive scholarship in both athletic and academic field to compete in Division 1 women's golf team. She played for Seattle University women's golf all 4 years of her undergraduate program, balancing colleague work and the National Collegiate Athletic Association NCAA golf tournament. She operates like a bee. It's hardly easy to complete schoolwork 2 or 3 days behind per week while she was away from the NCAA golf tournaments. Through self-determination and willingness to work hard, she done very well for herself. Okay, look good, Derrick. Look good, I'm mute. Look good, Derrick.
Oh, thank you. Akon, sorry about that. According to Seattle, the University Sports News of October 2nd, 2012, quote, the Seattle University's women's golf teams wrapped up their first tournaments of the 2012-13 season Tuesday, taking third place after a tough final round at the Rouge City's Collegiate at Lenient Farms Golf Clubs in Aurora, Ori. Two Red Hawks tied for third place with Monica's Gal, Hawaii, and Claire Sorensen's Roswell, California. Both taking 224 strokes plus 8 over the 3 rounds. Gal, who carried the second most birdies throughout the tournaments with 9 shots, 4 over par 76 in Tuesday's final round, while Sorensen's short at 81, 9 strokes over par to finish out her first collegiate tournament. H.S. Manjanat of Phnom Penh Post to Cambodia wrote articles on Monica's golf story. Golf story is quoted in part of as follows. Quote, European Ryder Cup miracles or Americans Meltdown. Medina, Illinois was the focus of the golfing world's attentions on the last Sundays of September. A day later in Aurora, Oregon, at 18 years old girls of Cambodian descent were promising talent was rising the specter of returns of her ancestral home for a short at Olympic dreamed. Hawaii's born Monica's Lat Gal, whose parents are from Cambodia, is the first years, it should be second years students at Washington State Seattle Universities on a golf scholarships, majoring in sports and exercise science. She could prove to be a game changer if her wish to represent Cambodia is granted. The Seattle varsity teams, the Red Hawks, came in third in their first tournaments of the 2012-13 season. The Rouge City's collegiate, after a tough final rounds among the 14 team, 74 players at the Langdon Farms Golf Clubs in Oregon last week. Gal finished a career's best joint third with an 8 over par totals of 224, carrying the second most birdies with 9 after an impressive even par 72s in the first round. Gal shot and in identical 76 in the following 2 for her best aggregate at this level. Gal scores may not sound sensational, but there is no mistaking her promise and her determinations to grow. Her best 18-hole effort so far has been a 2 under par 70, which is quite an achievement for a girl who at 10 casually picked up a club from her father's golf back one for fine days and swing it well enough to fall in love with the game's charms ever since. Gal's academics, careers, and golfing skills were from age of 14 to 17, shaped at the prestigious Punahou schools, a Hawaiian private institutions whose celebrity alumni includes U.S. President Barack Obama, folk singers Bob Chang, and professional golfers Michelle Viith. She took golf medals at the ILH golf tournaments for 3 years running from 2009 to 2011. Among the 5,000 junior golfers globally, she made it into the 122 pick to plays in the Optimist International Junior tournaments at the PGA's National Golf Resort in Palm Beach, Florida. She finished 31st there, but what follows was a scholarships to play golf for several universities in 2011 at the age of 17. A whole new golf horizons had opened up for her. Sights set on Rio's games. Gal's ideas of greener's pastures was to represent Cambodia in the 2016 Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, where golf would be a medal discipline for the first time. Gav told the Post in an email interview, quote, "I would like to be a role model as the first Cambodian woman to play golf at this level and open the world's eyes." Quotes, "It would be an honor and a truly great experience to be able to represent the country that my family holds so dear and has a strong ties to," end quote. From Cambodia with love, Monica's father's Patrick Gao, that has been her motivators and first coach. An enthusiastic golfer himself, Patrick and his wife Renee were forced to leave Cambodia under tragic circumstances and relocated to the U.S. in 1981. Both were Cambodian refugees and survivors of the Khmer Rouge atrocities, suffering enormous personal loss. It was the U.S. that gave them a new life, a new beginnings, and a new direction, even new names. Quote, "What Monica is looking for is a sponsor and a good coach," unquote. Patrick Gowes told the Post. Interestingly, Monica has also participated in the Punahou, the school juniors tennis teams, helping teams with the 2008 league championships. But her loyalties loyalties are now firmly with Goff. A charitable side away from the links and studies. Monica has been involved in the community's help. She has earned the Presidential Service Award for 100 hours of community service and has also served as a missionary to Southeast Asia. When she graduated in 2015, she had to choose whether to seek careers as a physical therapist or to take the inspirations from her schoolmate, Michael Lee, and joined the LPGA's tour. The Ongo Golf Resort in Siem Reap has an open offer for gals to use the Sir Nick Foldo design course if she makes it over to Cambodia. Cambodia's golfing circles are teeming with excitement that gals break the glass ceilings and become the Cambodia's first golf professional. Being an LPGA's tour prospects makes her even more special. With Olympics, the icings on the cake, should it happen from 4 years from now. Right, for
Okay. Thank you, Derrick. As the parents, we couldn't be prouder. Through self-discipline and determination, Monica made it. She completed her college work with high academic standards, D's, lists, cum laude, to be exact. At the age of 21, she earned her first Bachelor of Science degree. It came with real-world skills of time management for a job well done. While her peers went for the Ladies Professional Golf Association LPGA tours, she chose an advanced degree. In addition to her master's degrees, she is a Juris Doctoral JD candidate for a law degree. Currently, she is an independent on her way to changing her thinking and changing her life. If you believe it, you can do it. A dream come true and purpose determined. People ask me, why golf? It's a difficult game to play. Golf is a game of inches, feeling, and rhythm. It's also a game of luck. The more you practice, the more luck you have. It's true that you could land your ball perfectly in the middle of the fairway, but your ball may roll out of bounds. You could land your ball in 2 feet from the hole, but your ball rolls off the green. It doesn't seem fair. Life is the same way. Life promises no fairness. Golf teaches us to deal with the cards we are dealt the same way life does. For me, my golf ball doesn't have to be resting on the fairway, or on the green for me to play well. It's how I could overcome the obstacles and cover the mistakes that count the most. A lesson learned was from practicing a short game of one chip, one putt around the green, so that if we made mistakes in the long game, our short game could teach us to do the job. You see, golf has its own secret sauce. There is another side to the equation for the game of golf. It is called imagination. You get your ball into the hole by aiming in the direction other than the hole and where you have to keep the lowest possible scorecard to win. When its slope dictate your choices, it seems odd, but that is how you play golf. If you imagine and believe that your ball will go in the hole, most time it will, and that is good enough to play the game of golf. Well, in this one man's opinion, you make your own destiny in golf. Being true to yourself is key, and you play the game of life in a similar way. How cool is that? You see, your brain is the central operating unit of your thoughts. Your thoughts create influence over your actions, and actions create results. With that, let me share with you the powers of the mind. The Khmer Rouge could break my soul physically, but they could never break the power of my mind. You are the victim. You are not the victim of your circumstances. You are a creator of them. When my skin and bone buffaloes were healthy again, Khmer Rouge had no clue what to do with me. They expected Black and Pink to die, so it would have been an easy choice to kill. Khmer Rouge didn't want Black and Pink because it takes hard work to get large buffaloes healthy again. Khmer Rouge didn't work hard at it, but received great benefits from healthy buffaloes, resulting from my hard work. There was a counter strategy to the Khmer Rouge slogan that said, no gain to keep, no loss to kill. With that strategy, my life was spared. In any case, you are a creator of your circumstances. With this thinking and outlook, I hope it will work well with you and your circumstances as well. In college, one of the professors said something that remains in my head to this day. If you don't learn anything at all from this class, just remember that reality is created from your perception. Then I started thinking, if you're a creator of your circumstances and your perception is reality, then you can create your own destiny. Money grows on trees. You're writing your own checks, sort of thinking, who could stop you from creating your own destiny? You ask. You do. You're a creator of your own happy life. It's doable. And it truly is. Your courage to change your thinking this way could also change your life for the better. It certainly changed mine. It couldn't be that simple, people said. I know some people frown upon this simplicity, but it seems to work for me. A Cambodian refugee statistically set to fail. Imagine how well it could work for you. My hope is that this outlook will serve you well. Once my daughter made a joke that, Dad, maybe you should bottle this as adult beverage for public consumption. Not a bad idea. Maybe I'll do that. Dreams come true, notwithstanding the odds against you. The more you choose courage, the more likely you'll succeed. Here it is, in a bottle. Enjoy. Also, work on your belief system. What you believe is very important. Self-control is your inner work. Only you can do this. And stay away from those who tell you that you can't do it. Change your thinking and tell yourself that you can do it. This attitude could change your life into a much happier one. Throughout the years, I realized that I tended to be much happier getting my focus away from myself. Temptation to worry when things don't go my way can be destructive and even cause illness. Because anytime I worry, I lose my joy to live to my fullest potential. During the Khmer Rouge, I didn't focus on when I would be killed. I focused on how best to take care of others, like taking care of water buffaloes and bringing cartloads of food to the commune kitchen to feed others. The temptation to exert negative energy is a recipe for depression, an obstacle to a happy life. If you think about problems, you'll definitely get more problems. This is true. Negative thoughts can corrode the soul and also who carries it. The best way to ensure a happy life is to help others. Every time I help others fulfill their dreams, I'm happier than I was before. Today, I realize that it's extremely selfish to go around dwelling on my own problems, thinking only about what I want. I realize that no matter how big the problem I have is today, somebody else has a much bigger problem than I do. Like 7 years old, Jenny, she was alone and had to fend for herself when her mother was very sick. There were no social services in Cambodia. Imagine the burden Jenny had to carry on her tiny shoulders. You can also make a difference in somebody's life. You can help ease somebody's burden like Jenny's. You can give somebody a fresh new hope, like a Cambodian boy named Soban. I called my trips back to Cambodia, donating tons of rice to Cambodian poor and single mothers. I never felt such joy.
Hey, Kerry. I remember buying some grilled banana from a 14-year-old boy seller named Savan. He took care of his elderly grandfather since both of his parents have died from a traffic accident when he was 12 years old. He dropped out of high school to sell grilled banana. His major earnings were not enough to feed himself and his elderly grandfather with a small investment of $100. The boy spent one half on a bicycle so he could travel far enough to buy a banana directly from farmer. He bought in excesses of what he could grill so he could sell the excesses to the retailer in town. He would keep the process to become a banana wholesaler. When he had multiplied vendor to sell his banana, he got his idea of making a homemade cart. His grandfather helped him make one. So he could pull bigger load while pedaling his bicycle. This way he could earn 10 times more than what he could grill. He believed in himself and he became banana wholesale entrepreneur. Cambodian in general may need a hand, but not a handout. I recall another small investment with less than a few $100s. Chatty mother dug herself out of extreme poverty. Her family of 3 have a subsist on less than $2 per day from collecting discarded items like a scavenger. With that small investment, she then earned approximately $15 on her first day, working as a snakehead fish seller. Snakehead fish is a popular consumption among Cambodians. She earned enough to meet her family daily needs and a small savings. The last I heard, she owned a motorbike as part of her business. With her motorbike, she could make her way to buy directly from fishermen for a better profit. Chani and her brother went to school to become highly productive adults. When the opportunity was presented, they could turn serious obstacle into dreams that come true. I never felt more fulfilling than when I was helping others to make their dream come true. What not to be happy about that, you ask? Thank you.
Well, it's a lot of information, yeah. These chapters
Good information, very positive.
is switch back and forth between the Khmer and the current situation. So, give you a chance to digest it and fire away.
Gloria?
One thing I'm curious about, I also asked this to Dr. Sang. I was wondering, did surviving the Khmer Rouge influence you to become a stricter parent or a more lenient parent? Do you think that you felt that your daughter should, or did you feel like you had to do everything in your power to make sure that your daughter succeeded because she had technically an easy life compared to you?
No, actually, she have all the liberty. She have all the freedom. She have all the, even decision in terms of, doing stuff. That's her own decision. Go to school. Do even little thing that she wanted to do, she can do. Except that in my family, in our family in United States, we have a system that everybody make your own decision, your own choice, but before you can make your own choice, your own decision, you have to earn those privilege, my daughter, when she was 3-4 years old, when she understood, life, I never give, most parents, they give allowance, it's like that. But in my family, we don't have allowance, but you have all the necessary finance money that you need, except that you gotta earn for it. You gotta earn it. Decision, let's say you wanted to go to sleepover with your friend and stuff like that. Throughout the year, throughout the week, throughout the month, what kind of thing do you earn? Like routine daily, you get up in the morning, you prepare your bed and make room neat, and those kind of chore, those kind of stuff is your responsibility. The sooner you doing all that, we earn, like we go to work, we earn paycheck, and she earn some kind of what they call chips, money. She earned some kind, but it's not really money. She earned those throughout the days, throughout the week, throughout the month. She said, I wanted to go to with my friend mall, and we feel that maybe it's not a good idea, or she wanted to dress certain way, and we might not think that's a good idea. But as long as she earned those, she can override it. That, hey, I'm earned this, I'm not, and you're not asking for free. I'm entitled this, I'm earned this. Then as a
So
parent,
you
you
had
cannot.
to prove herself to be able to.
Yeah, so everybody have the responsibility in our household. You know, I have a responsibility. My wife have a responsibility. She as a child have a responsibility. You know, so your own decision. We cannot do anything. You know, but if you don't have those kind of stuff, it means you have not earned it. And then don't come to us and say that, oh, you not allow me to do this. No, your own decision making that not allow you to be able to do that. But if you to earn it, then you you can do all the thing you want. And you saw through the process, you know, from C small, you know, and she have plenty of those. She can do all kind of stuff that she wants.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Also, I was wondering, did you often talk to her while she was growing up about your experiences during the Khmer Rouge regime? Did you often tell her about your stories, or did you mainly keep that to yourself?
No, we talked to her since was like 2-3 years old.
Oh wow.
You
Okay.
know, she know about her roots since was like 3-4 years old. You know,
Okay.
she go to we put her to like they call a pre kindergarten. You know, right away, you know, she a Cambodian kid. You know, yes,
Thank you.
yeah.
Okay, let's go direct. Unmute.
លោកគ្រូភ្លេចតែ unmute នឹងរហូតហ្មងណាខ្ញុំមាន question លោកគ្រូ regarding to
yeah, it doesn't have to be a question, and sometimes if you want to have a comment on it, you can
comment.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, it doesn't have to be a question. You know,
okay,
sometimes you want to express something that you know, or maybe what I say may not be what you understood or what you went through, then you just comment it. You know?
Yes, from the page of 199, just talking about Monica's father's Patrick Gavs have been her motivator and the first coach. So that part's kind of like you save part of that as a coach. You know, if you go with a team, so you might pay for someone to coach you too. So that part, I think you save because you have the ability, you know, being a coach and teacher how to
while I'm not a professional golfer. You know, golf is new to me, but I play golf, and somehow she seemed to be very good at it. So I go ahead and continue do research and reading and watching the YouTube and try to understand the concept and talk to a professional coach, buy a lot of book, a lot of tapes so I can gain my knowledge. And to have a professional coach is $100 an hour, right? $120 an hour.
It costs money.
Yeah. So plus, yeah, I coach her, you know. So I want to let people know that you know, let's see, you know, who can get a kid from scratch to college to a professional to a Division I scholarships, you know. Hey, I can just do as good as everybody.
So
you know,
when
and the example of that, she get to, you know, Division I, which is unheard of. You know, not too many people can. You know.
So okay, that part says kind of connects to, it links to or with her skill or her ability, or something that she be able to handle it. And does he have the real coach beside you?
No.
The professional one. I mean, talking about like professional.
Yeah, when she go to play with then she have a professional coach. But before college, the coach is me. You know, and at one point, I probably as good as a professional coach because I learned and I you know, a lot of different coaches I, you know, put in the tape and the video and show it to her, you know. And coaching is not me coaching, you know, I'm coaching, but I'm showing to her the what you need to do certain thing. Here is professional, you know. And I use a lot of Tiger Woods
tape.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And also, you know, I'm sure Rouge, because they are friends, they go to school together, so they go to play together.
Yeah.
So, and her parent and me is very close. So we go and because they knew that she's gonna be somebody, you know, like Monica gonna be a bit excel, you know. So everybody kind of, you know, in Hawaii kind of, you know.
Wow, that is a great skill. I mean, because I used to play the team too, basketball team. So the coach is all the different part of I mean strategy to use it.
Yeah.
You know, different team, different strategy. They know that okay, this team, wow, they're good. So we have to use this type of strategy.
Yeah.
To win over your opponent. So yeah, this is great.
A lot of them she watch tape, you know. I mean, I'm not like coaching her, oh, you got to do this good. No, I'm collecting thousands of tapes, you know, 5, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you know, certain skill, you know. So let's say driver, I present her the tape, you know, we go when she hit the ball, when she made something wrong, I saw it and I show her the tape and she watched it and she corrected until she made it, you know. So, I mean, that way you take yourself out of you know, instruction, because kids, they're very sensitive. But if you show them, hey, the professional do this, if you want to be good like professional, look, they do this. They not do what you did, they do this. It's not me, it's they, you know. And that way she have no, you know, didn't have the what you call it, because kid, you know, if you talk to them a wrong way, they you know, they come back to you very mean way, you know.
That's true. And next, who else want to jump in?
Yes, jump in, comment and all that.
Yeah, Gloria took a question.
Well, ask again. It's
no. I'm trying to because you know, because we're both similar majors, we think alike. But
no, because the reason is that when you ask, even though the same, you ask it and answer that, it will retain it. It will get to you much better. You know?
I guess. How did you come to the birth name of Monica for your child?
What'd you say again?
What was the reasons you chose the name Monica as a birth name for your child?
Oh, I don't know. My wife, she kind of like it, and plus, actually, we want to name her Monique, not Monica. It's Monique. But then my wife said, give her American flavor, you know. Plus, in the same, you maintain Cambodian also. So Monica is also a Cambodian name too, yeah. Monica. They call it Monica. American call Monica, right? You pronounce it, but Cambodian was Monica, so it's Cambodian's name. You know.
When you raising your child, did you teach her Khmer, or did you not choose to speak Khmer?
We speak both.
Speak both?
Yeah, we speak both. You know, but when she was small, she didn't want to speak Khmer. You know,
just like me.
Yeah. But when she get bigger, she realized that, you know, she missed out. You know, she missed out something. So she catching. You know, because we don't want to force her. Yeah, if she doesn't want it. You know, but we still speak to her. You know, at home, especially my wife, she speak to her in Cambodian and all that, and sometimes she reply in English. Yeah, you know, and it's okay. But then when she got older, like she's 7, 8, 10 years old, since she, oh, I want to speak, you know, then she come to ask a lot of questions, you know. And we bought books, you know, we bought Khmer book for her to look at, and then we teach her. Yeah. She can speak, but I think, you know, not too many Cambodians over here, that's why.
Oh, yes. Yes.
No Cambodian here, but she can speak. Because I know that I saying that because when she was graduating, she was a physical therapy, in Seattle and Tacoma, someplace. A lot of Cambodians resident, right? So when they come to her clinic, she be able to speak to them, to show them what they need to do, and very helpful to the clinic, So that's why I kind of, oh yeah, she know, but she just, with us, sometimes she feel, she feel like she don't want to speak. So, so yeah.
That actually brings me to my question as far as in Hawaii, and I was wondering, what was it like when you moved to Hawaii, when you first came to Hawaii? Was there any sort of like Cambodian community that you could reach?
No, we don't have any Cambodian community to reach out. A lot of them, they came to our house because when they came to ask for favor or whatnot, and then they bring the kids over, like that. But a few of family go to our church too, so they bring their kid, then they get together like that. But in terms of Cambodian community, we don't have it. Put it this way.
Did you ever have a desire to move to a highly populated Cambodian area,
No.
like Long Beach? No.
The reason I was come from, see, I go to Maine for a purpose also. I want nothing to do with Cambodian. Not that I hate anything like that. I just wanted to prove myself that I want to live among the regular people, to see I can make it. So when I came to,
do you think that being in Hawaii helped you kind of succeed the way you did? Because I feel like a lot of Cambodians in Long Beach and stuff, they came and I don't see the same kind of success that I've seen with like you and Dr. Sang, who both went to Hawaii. And I was just wondering, do you think that had anything to do with your success as well?
Yes, I think so. The reason I don't know, I told you guys, I don't know, you might not hear, is that the reason is that one of the reason is that when I went to the university, accepted to university, of Hawaii, a few local, they're very cruel, because certain word, English, English is my second language, and you couldn't pronounce it correctly, no matter how much you try, and just turn them off, and they say mean thing like, you're in the wrong boat, you're not, you're not university material and stuff like that. That's what they mean, but they're not saying stuff like that. They're just saying, you're in the wrong boat, and I know what they mean.
So it pushed you to assimilate with the society you were in then.
Yes. So, and plus, because my desire to be as good as them or even better, and that's why I think part of it is like that, and when they put stuff like that, then I just wanted to do a much better job, So I told them I'm going to manage you, I'm going to manage you, one of these days, and see, to see who belong, and they did, a lot of, I manage a lot of CPA people, a lot of, and then, that's how my attitude. I could have gone to Easy Life in Long Beach, or, no Lowell. I have a chance because I was in Maine, Houston, Tacomas, like that. But I just feel that I like Hawaii. When I first came to Hawaii, when I graduated, I should have gone to someplace else. But yeah, I feel that I like to live where I wanted to live, and then find a job where I wanted to live. Not not find a job where or go where I can get the job. I mean, that's me, you know. And Bong Siang the same way, you know. When he finished it, he knew that he might not be able to get a job in Hawaii. You know, he knew that it's going to be very difficult to get in a doctor position in Hawaii. You know, even though you might not have a broad opportunity the same way like in Modesto, in Long Beach, or because you doctors, right? And they need doctors, you know. And people in Long Beach and Modesto, they don't need my skill, you know, but they need doctors. So that's why he went over there, and he's very successful at it. You know, so you gotta be able to foresee, you know, where you can excel, you know, all that.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Gary, you have any additional question or comment before we hand over to the group?
Yeah.
Unmute.
Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead. Don't be shy.
wow.
Let Viith go, because I just Gloria just gave me a really weird interesting observation, because
Yeah,
you
just go ahead.
you both came from Hawaii.
Yeah.
And Hawaii is a fascinating state because it gave you guys educational opportunities that was not presented in other states. You know,
Yeah, you can say
to other yeah, it's interesting.
but,
yeah.
Yeah, it's you know, Mong Siang have a different circumstances than I do. Okay, Siang, he have doctors, he have people want him to be succeeded, and they know his skill, even though his English skill is not up to par, but they know that because he's been working. He had 4 years in medical school, and he's been working in Karidang with a lot of doctors, and they know what he can do, you know, because doctors is not the language. You need the language, but the skill of doctors, skill of compliment, skill you hand, the way you treat people, that's they need the most, yeah. You know, so he be able to do that. And in terms of me, I'm qualified to go to school the same way as the American, as ordinary people do. But except that I'm a little bit in terms of the language, I'd be able to navigate much better, you know, because I read dictionary, English dictionary to improve my English skill to a point where I can excel quicker, you know. And all I need is just a technology terms that I needed to up to par, you know, in terms of motivation and skill, how to talk to people like that. I already have it, you know. So and yeah, well, in Hawaii, they give me the opportunity is that because of transportation, very easy transportation. And some other place I might have trouble to get to school and back, right? But Hawaii is, you know, you could put a coin in the bus, boom, you go anywhere you want. You know, the bus system is very good. You know, yeah. So.
Okay,
And
group.
Siang got out a little car. I saw he had a little car, you know, broken car. Hope he push his car one time, I say. Yeah. So yeah, because he have family, yeah. He have family. So in terms of make a living, he little bit have a little bit. Man, I don't think it's easier, but he have some kind of assistant, you know, to relieve his burden, you know, at least, you know, couple of months or maybe a year, I don't know, you know. So
Yeah. Well, I'm going back to reiterate a little bit on a comment of what Gloria said, you know, why you and Dr. Singh is more successful as compared to those people that live in Long Beach. In my generation, when I was growing up here, it's like I felt like I came into the US, but yet I think I didn't have a good foundation. Neither a majority of people my age at that time too, and their parents definitely don't have a lot of foundation. So what we have was just each other, and what we have is each other among the Khmer kids, and guess what they do?
Yeah.
just bad influence among each other, just join gang, different clique, and doing bad things. So it's nobody as a leader to influence one another. But for me, I'm fortunate that I'm into sport at that time, so I able to always spend a lot of time in the tennis court, in the basketball court, practicing, competing. So that's to get away me from the inner city problem. But thank God I have those. But a lot of my friends that less fortunately been deported back and 6 feet under, incarcerated and stuff like that.
It's I mean it's the factors. I can see that, the influence factors. Same. I don't have as much, so Norbert, they do have gang stuff like that, but unless you consciously wanted to join the gang, then you can join it. Nobody push you to join it. And because when you poor, you always come across certain bad place. You always, even though go to places, like Chinatown, like that, you always meet bad people, but it's come to it, it's choice, choice that you choose. And right away, because when I came from Maine to Hawaii, my purpose is to go to school, then that's all I needed to do, And that's the reason I came. So I don't have too much choice, too much influence, except that I come here to go to school, to university. After a couple of months in Hawaii, I'll be able to accept it to university. So in a sense, and plus, I don't have most people. They have bad Cambodian, all that, they get into trouble, so like that. But at the time, I was like old enough already. I was like 22, 23, like that. So I was kind of old enough. Nobody can influence me already,
And as compared to
you guys.
So my guy was in 13, 14, in the age that Khmer had Khmer.
But it's come down to it. I think come down to, I don't want to say this because it's not a popular thing to say. It's come down. It's a parent. It's a parent, and you know that. You know that. I mean, I'm not generalize this, but you know that's that. A parent who somehow understood this or value the education system, the kids seem to do well.
Right. My father always pushed me.
The kids seem to do well. I'm saying that not that I'm successful than anybody or seeing people, individual, they succeeded, have a successful story on their own level. Put it this way, their own story, their own niche. I see you, Vic. I see you as very extremely successful. The limitation that you have, and you'll be able to overcome, all of that is extremely successful. Compared to me, I probably wouldn't be able to do it.
You did good. You did good.
Thing like that. I mean, it's a lot. Like Gloria, she have 2 kids. Have I guess a beautiful husband or whatever, to create a good family, loving family. That's a successful story by itself to me. I mean, what else do you need? That's all you need, right?
My
don't worry about degree, about anything like that. It's just some circumstances arise, different way, different thing you achieve success or happiness at a different way, different level,
Since we speak on the subject of success, I want to know more of Channy and Savan. How you been keeping in contact? How their life going since you left up?
Yes. So one and Chan T, her mother, they do quite well. Actually, they have a house. They become a Christian. You know, she get remarried with a beautiful Christian husband, and you know, Chanti and her brothers grown up very successful. They're working with the government. You know, very successful people. Yeah, yeah. So one is still a wholesaler, banana wholesaler. Now he has trucks. You know, he go to Kaluk, all these places that have banana, you know, and then he bring it to Phnom Penh or to province. So he, you know, and he even have his own banana farm. You know, we hope introduce him to, you know, and that's what he want. Then, you know, we help him go that route. Yes, they do quite well.
Thank you, Lupu.
And many others, you know, not just him, but I picked that two story in because they seem to be the most vulnerable, and even that with the right investment and right encouragement, they can do it. Cambodian, they're very resilient, they're very hardworking people, you know, including us over here. You know, they can do it, you know, with the opportunity presented to them. You know.
Yeah.
បាទបាទអរគុណលោកពូមុននឹងខ្ញុំសួរលោកពូខ្ញុំចង់សួរតាក់ទងរឿង Monica កូនស្រីរបស់លោកពូតិចMonica កាលគាត់នៅក្មេងគាត់បន talent គាត់ខាងអីគេលោកពូលោកតាមការអង្កេតរបស់លោកពូហើយគាត់ធ្លាប់ប្រាប់លោកពូថាគាត់ចង់ធ្វើអីទេកាលនៅក្មេង
អត់ផងគាត់ចង់គាត់ talent គាត់3 you know sport គាត់3got very good at tennis and volleyball. Okay, she's very good at volleyball, but because her height is not good for volleyball, and it's good for tennis and golf. Okay, she can go either way, the two, but then she seemed to be excelled in golf, and she want to go to professional LPGA. You know, play with LPGA, and that will be only, you know, Cambodian person will be playing a professional tours. We couldn't find the sponsor. You know, her skill is good enough, but we couldn't find a sponsor. You know, you need a sponsor to go to play LPGA. You know, she even tried to Japan and even Korea. You know, to find sponsors over there. But then she feel that, oh, daddy, you know, kind of when you know, when you with the parent, with the friends over here, you feel lonely already. Just golf is a lonely sport. You have to dedicate the devotion and be, you know, to play golf, you know. And she would have be able to do it, you know, because her friend be able to do it in Japan. Now they transfer back. Now they are members of LPGA in America. But I'm glad that she made decision to go to law school instead of LPGA, because it's going to cost me $200,000 a year to at least 2 years to LPGA for me to sponsor her. They call self-sponsor, right? Yeah. So.
បាទអរគុណលោកពូឥឡូវចង់សួរតាក់ទងនឹងលោកពូម្ដងដែលលោកពូជួបជនជាតិអាមេរិកម្នាក់ដែលធ្លាប់ចូលរួមក្នុងសង្គ្រាមវៀតណាមកាលនៅសង្គ្រាមកើតឡើងហ្នឹងហើយគាត់ជាអ្នកគេថារៀបចំក្របរំសេវដើម្បីដាក់យន្តហោះដើម្បីយកមកទម្លាក់នៅខាងទឹកដីវៀតណាមនិងទឹកដីខ្មែរយើងហ្នឹងកាលហ្នឹងលោកពូទៅក្នុងហ្នឹងទៅឱកាសអីគេជាឱកាសលោកពូផ្សព្វផ្សាយសភៅលោកពូក្នុងការ provide ជា speech ឬក៏អីគេលោកពូអាចជួយបញ្ជាក់ឡើងនេះបានខ្ញុំជាអ្នកគ្រូបង្រៀនខ្ញុំជា instructors, you know, សភៅខ្ញុំក្នុង chapter ខ្ញុំទៅ say ដែរ I'm an instructor, providing you know, like okay, officer, Navy officer, and also a service servant. They have the credential, yeah. They have the like CPA or the lawyer or doctor. They have the credential,
Okay, and every year they have to earn some credit to maintain the professional status. Okay, so my class is qualified for them to earn credit to maintain the status as a professional. So yeah, so at the time I was providing a they call it a contract evaluation lesson. So I had to teach them 2 weeks. You know, my class teach them 2 weeks. And for the second day of class, I think I went to provide instruction. I went to a restroom, and he's a manager, sir. He also took my class. First day of class, he took my class, and second day he's still taking class. But when we go to restroom, and then he say hello to me, hey, hello, you know, in Thai is like that, because he know that I'm speak Thai. He doesn't know that I'm Cambodian, by the way. You know, when you know, because at the time nobody tell me talk to me anything. After I talk to him, then everybody know, you know, that I'm a Cambodian, you know, from Cambodia, and you know, have gone through you know, the survival of the Khmer and survival of the American bombing. You know, it's all of that, and then all of a sudden I get famous during in the you know, the Navy's Pearl Harbor division. You know, yeah.
បាទសូមអរគុណលោកពូឥឡូវក្រុមយើង second round មុនពេលដែលយើងអញ្ជើញលោកពូដើម្បី recap ចុងក្រោយមុននឹងបញ្ចប់កម្មវិធីលោកពូ Derrick
Okay, Derrick, you want to unmute your thing and ask question?
Always sorry about that. Yeah, it's talking about this where was that? The page that just
It's a lot of stuff, yeah, a lot of neat stuff over there.
So or now I'm talking about your daughters that connected, the link that connected from Sanghak.
Yeah.
So or now what's she doing right now? She's finishing school with her degree.
She's a last semester of law. You know.
And okay.
She will be graduated in June and May, and she already got an offer, a job already.
I see. Yeah, that's great. Great to know that too. That part is kind of like, you know, it's not easy, but anyway. Other than that, I'm going to read this part here is 202, right? Oh yeah, no, 102. That there a lot of this thing here's quote. This quote is saying about the it's kind of like a proverb or, you know, the old saying, but some of the it's kind of like you use the word right here as a sauce, secret sauce. So that means Khmer dân trong dây than which ingredient is
secret sauce, yeah, you know, like Chinese or, you know, certain like pizza, they have their own secret ingredient. They have to put it in and make it popular, you know. And teaching golf. Also, I have my own secret sauce, you know, to teach that, to teach my daughter to be stronger, to be, you know, to be like trouble-free, even though she get into trouble in terms of playing golf, trying to, and you know, tell her that it's just normal, just part of the game. You know, it's not you're not in trouble, just part of the game. Just get into, you know, wherever you need to do. So we teach her the secret sauce, you know, of doing that. You know, so let's say you hit the ball out of bounds, no sweat. You know, you still be able to make par from there. You know, something like that. And most of the time she did. You know, most of the time she did. You know, make it par, or at the worst is you know, bogey. Yeah, that's a secret sauce. You know,
the secret sauce it make her way up there.
That secret sauce is you know, is people can copy it, you know, it's free.
That elevated her to be the best golfer. All right,
It's not.
Chang have a question with you. Look, Chang have a question with you. So
Yeah.
every time they have the game, I mean tournament. So you have to be with her all the time.
I don't
And,
have to, but I want to. I with her every single ball, every single ball strike that you even practice. You know, every single ball. I watch a million of them. You know, any tournament, my wife and I there.
Yeah.
You know, even nobody walking, we walk. You know, sometimes they just say, man, this family is very dedicated, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, we walk under rain, you know, we have umbrella, one each walk, we watch her.
Yeah. So my question to this part of the game that when she win, I mean, she made it through all this, become like the win the champion something. So how you feel back? How you feel if, you know, with your daughters right in front of everybody, they you know, present a trophy. Here is a trophy for you. And so how you feel that time? It's kind of like, well, because my case is kind of like never get a trophy. I just like a regular trophy, not the champion something, you know.
It's a gold medal for 3 years in a row, man. That's not an easy task, you know.
Yeah,
like
but how you feel a moment like that?
It's pretty good. I mean, feel very proud, you know, feel like you did something right, you know. Plus the first year that she won, you know, we feel that, okay, you good, you very good, you are good enough, right? You know. And then second years, again, so this is what happened, you know, and I told my daughter the same way. First year, when you won the tournament like that, you're supposed to, they give you, you know, moving up to a certain level.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true part. Yeah.
You know, all that. But the coach didn't do that, you know. And my daughter will get so bent out of shape and all that. So we teach her, no worry, you know, next time you're gonna win again. And then see how embarrassed the coach is, you know, right? And the team, whatever that's trying to suppress her, you know, because again, because of she Cambodian, you know, you know, to certain, in a certain team is prestigious, especially golfer, like football, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and she won again. And from that on, people just shut up. People just, you know, just backed off. Everybody, you know, the coach, even the athletic directors, they come to her because now she gained the reputation for the school. You know, brings gold medal to the school. You know, so now they come, you know, like praise us and all that. And when she won it the third time, and she wanted, and she go to the next level, and she also wanted, but her gold medal 3 years is in a record. Nobody now they're creating a way that nobody be able to do it. Her record is still stand. No people in Hawaii or in the world that play golf be able to win gold medal on that level 3 years in a row. Nobody. You know, so she created a name for herself. You know, so intact. Her name is intact until she died. You know, so that's how you teach your kid. You know, don't worry about it. You know, what they did, you cannot control what they did. You only control what you do.
You have to be there with them, like, you know, and be supportive.
Yeah,
be a supporter with,
Be supportive. When they saw you, you know, rain or shine, walk with you,
true.
you know, and sometimes I knew that you know, food and stuff like that. So we had to leave food on her track, on her step, so that she can get food, because we cannot give, we cannot, you know, like communicate. When they play tournament, parent cannot communicate, but you can leave food, leave drink, you know, on a route or on the grass, and then when they walk through it, they pick them up and they drink, they do whatever they needed to do. But of course, the tournament, they provide food, they provide stuff like that. But Monica, certain things she doesn't want to eat taste food, that she want to eat her own food, you know.
Great to hear from you, Luku. That's good. Now our mine's done, and who want to jump in? Go ahead, Luku. Say hi.
Yeah,
Gloria?
go ahead, Gloria.
Well, first, I just want to say that I think it's really awesome that she has your daughter has such a supportive dad and mom and dad. And I think you guys did a great job in raising her to see how successful she is. And I hope that I can support my kids to that level as well. And I think I missed, did you say she was going to law school in Hawaii, or is she?
No, she got accepted to Stanford Law School, but she doesn't want to. She go to Seattle University instead because they give her the cost stipend.
Yeah.
So in other words, she doesn't have. She earned already in law school. She earned money already because she not regular law school. Yeah, she already have her master.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, she have her master degree. You know, most law school student, you know, they go from because she already have earned her master. So that way she's stronger, and then the school give her the stipend because they want her to graduate from this school because it's a rare commodity for student have the master and then the law. They want to the school want to have their name. How many people in this school that have that kind of credential and be successful in moving forward, and they want that, and then they provide that to her, and that's why she did not want to go to Stanford. She rejected Stanford from her undergrad. She got accepted to Stanford and USC, and she doesn't want because she wanted to play golf, and they don't give her the spot.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty awesome to hear. And also, I was wondering, when she was growing up, did you take her to Cambodia frequently? When did you first introduce her to Cambodia?
Yeah, she went with us about maybe 6-7 times.
Oh wow.
You know,
okay.
yeah. She went to first time she went with us when she was like 11 years old, you know, and she enjoyed it. She loved it. She she just never cannot wait that when we say let's go, and then she just you know, and she do a lot of good stuff in Cambodia, you know, especially help out people in her age group. Right? They have teen and stuff like that, right? And she helped thousands of people to learn how to cope with peer and stuff like that, you know. And plus, because she seemed to be very well, I would say very successful kid in America, you know, even not just among Cambodians, among the American also. She in the tops, and even so Phoun is a very top school, you know. Seeing no Cambodian kid can get in or stuff like that because the tuition is very expensive, and the score to get in it, you got to be top score. And and they look up it, and she's very humble person, and the kid in Cambodia, they like that, you know, they like humble people. So she helped out a lot. Yeah, she went with us, you know. Even she in college, she fly to meet us and stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. So.
Kerry?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So when starting a family, did you do it in a traditional Khmer way or an American way? An example of a Khmer way is with how we raise children. We don't keep them penned like the Americans do. Like we watch their kids and let them play around.
I don't know. I never have kids before, you know, in Cambodia. So, and I think Monica, she have a lot of freedom. She have a, you know, I mean, I don't know. She have a lot of, you know, she have her own things to do because she earned these things privilege. Yeah? You know, she do what more normal people do, kid. You gotta have your own, bed and prepared and all that. You do your own thing. Washing your clothes, you study. You all of that. After you're done with your study, then you can earn whatever chips or money or whatever, and then you go ahead and do some of the extra curriculum, even golf. If she did not earn this, she never go to golf because it costs me, $10-20 every time when we go, or sometimes $100 if we go to play, on the course. Yeah. So she gotta earn that, and she gotta want it. If you don't want it, I don't waste my money on you, but I see that you want it and you progress it, then I don't mind to spend money, you know, because golf is very expensive games. Huh? Her club is thousands of dollars, and she changes every year or so clubs, golf clubs. And I had to use her golf clubs. She used men golf club. She don't use women golf club. Because she's strong enough to use men golf. The strong, stiff shaft that I can't even use, she use stiff shaft because of her speed is so incredible, and a lot of people in her age when she's okay because she's only maybe 5'3", 5'4", like that. She's not that tall, yeah. But a lot of people much taller than her playing golf, right? But she won the long driver contest. you know, like because when you play tournament, they certain thing they or driver who won the driver contest like that, and she won most of the time. And she's not that big.
Last question, what's your outlook on the world sports with with Khmer and Khmer Americans presence in it?
Yeah, see, like I'm not joking. I can coach tennis to tennis what you call that, what you call that, federation, right? I can coach tennis to have them have a gold medal. I told them that because I'm very good at tennis also, and Monica is very good at tennis. Tennis is simple. When you coach people, it's simple thing because those kind of game is repetitive, yeah, repetitive kind of game, and you have to develop in the mental. Yeah, they can do well. Is they're willing to pay, or provide a lot of incentive to the sport, like not like America, but at least give them a way that they livable wages, right? Then I think they're Cambodian. They're not big, but they're very, very motivated, very desire. When you treat them right, they die for. They play to die for, and they have those kind of attitude, those kind of a flavor, Cambodian. You treat them right, they play until they die in the field, man. I told them, they're very, but you don't treat them right. It's just hard, Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, see, she, believe it or not, Monica play golf with president one time, because they go to Punahou too, Obama, so they play golf together and stuff like that. So it's cool. I mean, it's something to you know, something to be proud about, you know.
Yeah.
And people do not understand the game of golf. They don't see it, you know, but when people that they understand the game of golf, you know, it's hard. It's a hard game, you know.
Yeah. Both of the sport actually is hard, golf and tennis. And congratulations on being a coach. That's awesome. And I would love to see Monica play in the PGA Tour. Actually, beside Michelle Wee, I don't think they have ever have any high caliber golfer than that.
Yeah,
and I think I would love to see it because my athlete that I was playing wheelchair tennis was that pro at the time was Michael Chang. I don't know if you remember.
I know Michael Chang.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He's not that big, yeah, but he's very good.
No, that's a thing. Being as Asian, since he's so short, even the wheelchair sport, because our wingspan is very short. When we compete, we have to wait. We gotta work really extra hard. Yeah, we're quick and fast, but yet the way our wingspan set up, we can't really compete as in terms of majority of sport. But it would be nice to see Michelle in that. But my question is, I want to know more. How's Monica mom, Renee? Can you paint us the picture? How is she like? And how do you guys meet? And how do you guys plan game when you go on game? Because I used to go on tournament and stuff. Man, it take a lot of planning and a lot of time out of whoever try to come to watch us to support.
Yeah, she's on the pictures. She's on the, you know, that pictures, you know, when she give rice to somebody, you know. Yeah, my wife, she's very quiet. She, you know, but she know what she's doing, you know. You know, she's very supportive in terms of Monica's, you know. It's hard, you know, a games like that because she built for it, yeah. Without the support of both parents, I don't think she be able to make it because it requires a lot of care, a lot of emotion sensitive because that's a game of golf, a game of emotion, and she built for it. You know, you don't require a lot of power, but you require a lot of touch, a lot of imagination, a lot of thinking. You know, because the putting is the most important. You know, the putting and also game around the green. You know, you be able to chips it on the green and in one putt get in, move on. You know, those are very important. And yeah, I think we have to be in it together to you know. And the reason she not be able to go to PGA is not, it's not her ability. Her ability is there. She was there. She scared Michelle Wee. Michelle Wee hit far, but in terms of putting, in terms of shipping, you know, close game. You watch on my YouTube, and also on my I put her in when she played one of the college game on my Khmer Facebook. You go down a little bit further. It's about 4 minutes. You know, her level already. And that time she was in sophomore. Okay, sophomore, so second years. So she good already. She in a professional level already. And you watch her. She rarely missed it. You know, she missed it, but she always make up for it. And she very cool about it. And she just walk away like nothing to it, you know, and bother a lot of people. You know, it's bother a lot of coaches and you know, a lot of player.
I noticed that she have a lot of birdie, and in golf to be able to have a birdie, it's had to be really, really good. I know she's good. And also I just want to know what is her mentally mindset like, and how much of your help in her in terms of picking up herself, because when I play wheelchair tennis, especially tennis, you need to be able to analyze yourself and speak to yourself and bring yourself up, because only you in the court. So how do you play as in terms of a coach to bring her up mentally in that?
Well, when she go to tournament, it's too late already. We already in gear to her that everything is just part of game. Of the game, if you make a mistake, the ball you drop, you hit the ball into the water. Just part of the game. You drop and then just make the next one right to the. And she always did that. And I told you the story about one of the tournament that she qualified to do to go to World Optimist, the World Junior Golf in Florida, right? So you got to go to qualify first, you know, and all the people in kid, you know, 5,000 of people worldwide, yeah, to qualify to go to this place, and she qualified to average score of her 73, you know, in pi 72. When you're 73 and she's only 15 years old, you know, so she played like professional already, you know. And the reason she be able to do that, the first round, she didn't really make it at all. The first round, she like, you know, like 4 or 5 above the level that it cut, yeah. But the second and third round, you know, she just stick to it. She make it under par until she bring down to 73, and then she was ranked #1 to go to that. So I knew that she have it in her. And also, you know, to win gold medal 3 in a row, you know, when she was like in high school yet, because she in high school, yeah, she was like in 15, 16, and 17. She won that. So she a teenager yet, and nobody win gold medal 3 times in a row in 17, 15 years old. You know, nobody did that, you know. So she very good, you know. The skill part, I'm not worried about it. But the thing is that, you know, everything, yeah, you need to have a little bit luck on people. Also, the strangers come together, and this, and if were to have somebody or maybe a couple of people say, okay, we're gonna put money for Monica go to play a PGA, and she would have tried it. She would have go, you know. But because it's 200,000 a year, I don't have the money. 200,000 a year. It would have, she would have make it. She would have paid them off easy. And then you have a Cambodian professional LPGA.
I would have loved to see that. But
and then everybody gonna be like, see, even the Hun Sen want her to go and play with him. The golf course in Siem Reap, one of the Siem Reap golf course, they call golf something. Give her, they say every time when she go, she can go play. And we went. One time she went, and a lot of people come in and want to see her. You know, I think I put one of the pictures in there. You know, and she was doing it, and then people ask her, "Oh, you know, you're not afraid getting dark?" And she said, "What does that mean?" Because girls over there, they want fast skin and all that. You know.
Thank you, Lugu. Yeah.
បាទអរគុណខ្ញុំមានសំណួរតូចមួយមុននឹងឲ្យអញ្ជើញលោកគ្រូដើម្បី recap ហើយនឹង get something to take away from the chapter 24 លោកពូខ្ញុំចង់សួរថាខ្ញុំមើលសភៅរបស់ដុកទ័រសៀងសេងរដូវអត់អាហារឃើញគាត់មានដំណើរជីវិតទៅ success ទាំងខ្លួនគាត់ទាំងកូនចៅគាត់ទាំងគ្រួសារតែម្ដងហើយមកត្រឡប់មកសភៅខ្មែររ៉ៃរបស់លោកពូឃើញលោកពូក៏ success ហើយកូនក៏ឆ្ពោះទៅដំណើរ success នៃដំណើរជីវិតរបស់គាត់ដូចមិនខុសពីអ្វីដែលដុកទ័រសៀងសេងទេអញ្ចឹងលោកពូអាចជួយបានន័យថាជួយមានជាអំណះអំណាងបានទេថាតើកាលណាឪពុកម្ដាយ success កូនចៅប្រកាសជា success ឬក៏យ៉ាងម៉េចដែរលោកពូ
I don't, it's not necessary. It's on the individual kid themselves also. Yeah, you only provide the environment, the prosper environment for them to achieve. You cannot hope, you cannot do anything, you know. And as I've been, you know, previous chapters also, this is about me, you know, from Cambodia, when I exposed to Christianity and, all that, and my heart is about, it's okay for, for you to achieve your own success. Everybody can do it, but to be able to help other people to achieve their own success, then that be another level, So it's an environment that you have to create. Mostly kid is supportive, and never try to what you call it, try to like bend them or try to let them free to decide, do whatever, just support them. And they will come to the correct decision, because this is what most of the kid, like even single probably have them. Kid, when you love them, yeah, they always have this thing that they don't want to disappoint their parent. They have this little thing in their heart, they don't, so they never want to disappoint the parent. Anything they want the parent to be proud. When she saw, my wife and I walk in the rain, umbrella one each when the rain was supposed to be stopped or go into tree or go into, break someplace, we don't. Because they're still playing, so we walk, thanks stupid stuff like that and make her feel proud to be ours child. So I don't know. I don't think because of the parents successful, then in America a lot of successful parents and the kid never finish college. Things like that. I don't think so. The kid themselves have to be motivated enough, or parent had to give them the support. I think, not that because I'm successful and then they're going to be successful. The chance are the chance that they probably more successful is probably a little bit higher. Statistically, it's probably higher than the parent, let's say, not going to college, right? Then the kid say that, hey, my parent not going to college, why should I go, right? So, but then, then the chance for them to finish college is half, But when they saw my parent go to college and all that, and look at, read his book, he have nothing to eat. He ride his moped to school, and he come back home night time and all that. And once they see like that, they say, man, they gotta do something. You put that in their heart, and they will do it. I'm pretty sure every one of you will do it. And just you keep the book and give it to them. They probably do it already. Yeah. I know, any comment? I mean, I may be wrong.
តាមការ observe តាមការអង្កេតរបស់ខ្ញុំទៅលើសភៅទាំងពីរតាមរយៈលោកពូទាំងពីរលោកចាំដិតផ្សេងៗនិងលោកពូផាត់ជាកៅហ្នឹងខ្ញុំឃើញលោកទាំងពីរហ្នឹងបានចំណាយ
I don't hear you. No, I hear you.
បាទតាមការអង្កេតរបស់ខ្ញុំពីសភៅខ្មែររយក៏ដូចជាសភៅរបស់លោកចាំដិតដុកទ័រផ្សេងៗរដូវអត្តហាហ្នឹងឃើញលោកទាំងពីរហ្នឹងឃើញចំណាយពេលវេលាច្រើនជាមួយនឹងគ្រួសារជាពិសេសទាំងកូនហើយអ្វីដែលលោកពូផាត់រិកកែបានមានប្រសាសន៍អំបញ្ញមិញហ្នឹងគឺមានការគេហៅថានៅដិតតាមជាមួយកូនទោះបីជានៅក្នុងដំណាក់កាលណាយ៉ាងណាក៏ដោយឃើញចំណុចនេះគឺជាចំណុចល្អមែនទែននៅពេលដែលយើងចំណាយពេលវេលាជាមួយកូនដល់ភាពកក់ក្ដៅហើយជាការលើកទឹកចិត្តមួយឲ្យកូនឲ្យគាត់ជំរុញឲ្យគាត់តទៅមុខទៀតខ្ញុំអង្កេតឃើញនៅមួយជ្រុងទៀតឃើញឪពុកម្ដាយខ្លះជាអ្នកមានជាអ្នកធ្វើការក្នុងឋានៈធំដុំក្នុងរាជការប៉ុន្តែគាត់អត់ទៅមានពេលវេលាឲ្យកូនប៉ុន្តែកូនចង់បានអីក៏អាចឲ្យកូនបានដែរចង់បានឡានចេញថ្មីមកទិញឡានពឹបបោះសោឡានឲ្យព្រុសចង់បានទូរស័ព្ទ smartphone ចេញថ្មីមកទិញពឹបទិញឲ្យព្រុសហើយកូនចង់ទៅរៀននៅក្រៅប្រទេសពឹបបងលុយឲ្យកូនមករៀនក្រៅប្រទេសប៉ុន្តែភាគច្រើនហាក់ដូចជាអត់សូវជោគជ័យតាក់ទងទៅនឹងអ្វីដែលគាត់ផ្ដល់អ្វីដែលឲ្យកូនទៅតាមអ្វីចំណង់របស់កូនជាលក្ខណៈគេថា materialism នឹងបាទជាអ្នកផ្ដល់ជាទ្រព្យជាសម្ភារៈចំណុចនេះមួយក៏ជាកត្តាមួយដែលមិនប្រកាសថា កូននឹងសប្បាយចិត្តពេញចិត្តនៅពេលដំណាក់កាលណាមួយក៏ឃើញគាត់ក៏មិនបានបំពេញបំណងរបស់ពុកម្ដាយធ្វើឲ្យគាត់បានជោគជ័យក្នុងជីវិតដូចឪពុកម្ដាយរបស់គាត់ដែលបានជោគជ័យក្នុងរបររកស៊ីជួញដូរឬក៏មានឋានៈខ្ពង់ខ្ពស់ក្នុងកិច្ចការសង្គមផ្សេងប៉ុន្តែខ្ញុំត្រឡប់មកលោកពូម្ដងទៀតសូមសរសើរចំពោះលោកពូផាត់ទីកែវនិងដុកទ័រសៀងសេងដែលគាត់តែងតែមានពេលល្អកល្អឿនមានពេលចំណាយជាមួយកូនដើម្បីធ្វើម៉េចជួយជំរុញលើកទឹកចិត្តកូនហើយតម្រង់ផ្ដល់នៅភាពកក់ក្ដៅឲ្យកូនជាបន្តធ្វើឲ្យមានការជោគជ័យទាំងឪពុកទាំងគ្រួសារទាំងកូនបាទចំណុចនេះគាត់តែជាការចូលរួមបន្ថែមរបស់ខ្ញុំតាមការអង្គើតតខ្លួនរបស់ខ្ញុំបាទអញ្ចឹងជាចុងក្រោយលោកពូសូមជួយ recap ហើយមានអីជាគេហៅថា taking away សម្រាប់ជំពូកទី24នេះអញ្ចឹងសូមអញ្ជើញលោកពូបាទ
Okay, yes, chapter 24, changing thinking, changing life. So in other words, all the back, bad experience, hurtful experience and stuff like that, you have to learn somehow overcome that, and I put a little story with the supervisors. He's a colonel, by the way, he's a retired colonel. Yeah, you get hurt and like that, and you don't really harbor those hatreds. So you got to be able to clean that, past is past and move on and do the right thing moving forward. That is another lesson on these chapters that I put it in. And then the second point is that, yes, again, successful yourself. I mean, everybody have their own way to be successful in their own right, put it this way, no success story any bigger or smaller. I mean, all the same successful story. Is that, yes, your offspring, your offspring is very important, and they don't really need very much, I think. From what I observe, they just need your support, the parent, be supportive. They don't need your money. They don't need a lot of money. All they need your attention. They need to know that you loving them no matter what. You like them, you play around with them. They don't care whether you have $1 million or not. They don't. Like my daughter, she doesn't. That not even factors. She just do her own thing. That is a second point, on these chapters. And the third point on these chapters is that, that, yeah, when you be able to, like, say, achieve, because you don't need much to move on to make a living, and you need to share, to help out the misfortunate. That is the third point. And that have a two story in there, so one in Johnny's, family. And yes, because it doesn't require too much. I only invest, like Sawan is only $100. He be able to buy his bicycle, and then he's smart enough to make a cart, and he put a lot of banana on his cart, and he paddle and be able to be selling his banana that way. And the same thing as Johnny's mother, it's only $200. Right away, the same day she just go to buy her bucket and then buy headfish, and that day she made profit of $1,500. I mean $15. So she was so happy, So you can see, yeah. So that's why three, you 3 point on these chapters, and that's all. Any comment, any add to it? Welcome to do so. And I'm appreciative.
3 chapter ទៀតសរុបទាំងអស់សភៅលោកពូមាន27 chapter អញ្ចឹងយើងមាន3 chapter ទៀតដើម្បីនៅបន្ត ក្នុងការដោះដូរនៅសំណួរចម្លើយហើយនឹងធ្វើការចោទសួរឬក៏បកស្រាយផ្សេងបាទអញ្ចឹងសូមអរគុណលោកពូ Patrick សូមអរគុណក្រុមអ្នក
Yes អរគុណទាំងអស់គ្នា you know good
ឲ្យសុខភាពហើយមានសេចក្តីសុខសុភមង្គលគ្រប់គ្រួសារបាទជួបគ្នានៅសប្តាហ៍ក្រោយបាទអរគុណ
good question everybody good night
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.